Hello, welcome. I'm just trying to get my camera lined out here. Let's see how this works. It's kind of hard to figure out what I'm doing, guys. As far as maybe like that right there. Now let me test the lag. I want to see how much of a lag we have. All right, so let's see. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Okay, not bad. Not bad, about average. It's always weird because on my phone screen it says orientation is locked, rotate device back. But it's actually live streaming. But it appears as though it is not. So it's really weird. I don't know why it does that, but it does it every time. No, I take that back. One time it did not. But it's very confusing. I see that looks so dark on the right hand side of the screen right there. I think the image shows up okay. And that's like 100-watt bulb that's in this lamp too, and it's like, it's still, you would think this whole thing would just be lit up like a beacon, but it is not. We're just going to wait for a couple minutes, guys. One thing I can do is this right here. while I'm thinking about it. See if it'll show up right now. Well, yeah, now it has it on public, so, okay. That's interesting. This time it did switch to public. It's been saying private, and I've had to change it myself. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. I got my air conditioner running in the back. Well, in the background. I gotta turn it off in a few minutes. Well, let's see. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and start on this right here, see how well this turntable might work out for me. It might not work out at all. Let's see, I need to zoom in though a little bit. Well, as soon as I touch the screen, it pops all the way up here like this, doesn't it? Okay, I think that might be okay like that. So let's see how that'll work out for us. Actually, I can already see, I gotta pull this down some. So the turntable may not work out for me as good as I was hoping it would. I gotta swatch this. So I'm just gonna start right here. You can probably hear the barking dogs next door. It's very aggravating sometimes. The dog will bark, you know, he'll bark at night. 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 He'll bark at ni And like they have other people that have dogs, they'll stop outside the window over there and let their dog bark at the neighbor's dog that's inside the apartment, and their dog's outside the apartment. And it's like, come on, people. I feel like this needs to be zoomed in a little bit more, but oops, I'm supposed to have this underneath here. I thought it felt just a little bit different. Now I do have some new supplies. A few things that I bought. That's probably a little bit hard to see. That color is not very bright. It's a fluorescent green, but let me turn my air conditioner off. Hello, welcome. I hope you can see that okay. It's a fluorescent green, so it's a little bit more difficult to see. And I do not have the camera zoomed in like I normally do. It's a little bit farther out. Just resharpening my pencil. And I do have some new supplies. We'll look at them here in a little bit. We'll let some people show up into chat first. I want to try to get this picture done so we can start a new one. In one of my new books, I just don't know which one I want to start. This fluorescent green is a little bit difficult to see, even for me. I mean, I can see it, but now I think I'm going to be going to Walmart and buy myself another cell phone that I can use as a camera. And then I can have my actual cell phone back. Because when I'm live streaming, I can't take care of any phone calls or anything like that. Of course, normally you wouldn't be live streaming and using your phone, but I did miss an important call Friday. Because I was live streaming. And I think when I'm live streaming, my phone doesn't ring. I know it will, I have it set to vibrate, but I know it will, it vibrates when somebody sends me a text message, but I did not notice it vibrating when that phone call came in. And it would not have mattered. I would not have been, I wasn't expecting a call. It was somebody that I was going to call. I just hadn't got around to it yet. And when I did try to return that call Friday afternoon, I did not get an answer. So they're going to be calling me tomorrow morning, I'm pretty sure, because I left them a voicemail. So they'll be calling tomorrow morning, and I won't be able to live stream because I got to talk to these people. Somebody is now like my healthcare manager, in a sense. Anytime I need to go to a doctor or whatever, I'm supposed to just be able to call this person, and they will set up my appointments, they will set up transportation, they will do all that stuff, so I don't have to. And they'll just let me know when, I guess. But I got to get all that set up. But if I get a second phone, that's not going to matter, because I'll be able to use the other phone just for a camera, so I can do the YouTube part of it. Because I won't need a SIM card for it. I can log on to my Wi-Fi. I don't think I'd want to be coloring large areas. At least with this particular pencil, or the color, the fluorescent green. I don't know how other fluorescent colors are going to show up. It's interesting that on this picture, nobody actually selected a number that was a fluorescent color until we got right down to the end. The last group of colors that got picked had like 3 fluorescent colors in it, but no space to spread them out. Well, it is staying on camera better. So I could have that all the way around over here like this. And I could actually complete the whole thing. We'll have this, we'll be finished with this color here in just a minute. I can hear people outside. over the last couple of days, I've had two different sets of people knock on my door and then be like, "Oh, sorry, wrong apartment." We do have a bit of a drug problem here, guys, where in this place where I live. I didn't know that until I was like ready to move in. All right, that took care of that one all the way around. We got it. All right, let's see, what number is this? This was 236. $236. Now let's see. All right, this is Cypress Blue, number 090. Cypress Blue. Try to hold that over here under the camera. I'm still not used to the fact that the camera is at the far end of the phone. I'm always wanting to hold everything under the center of the phone, and that's not where the camera is, so it's more confusing. All right, now this is just going to be this part here. Maybe I should zoom that in just a little bit. It's hard to do because as soon as you touch it, it's like, maybe we'll try it like that. Let's see what happens. I'll put my finger over here so I can mark the spot on the page so when the camera comes around, Now that certainly shows up better than that light green, at least as far as the camera is concerned. Now my daughter Casey is supposed to be bringing her daughter, her youngest daughter, over here today. I don't know what time. I don't know if they'll show up while I'm live streaming or not. If they do, then I might let my granddaughter get on here. Let's see. I think maybe I need to turn my camera just a little bit this way, guys, just so I can be more. Let me see where that it puts me. Let me zoom back out just a little bit. Let's see, let's try that. Let's see where that's going to put us. Yeah, that's probably going to be better. It gives me a little bit more room to be able to actually work in, because right now I don't have that much as far as the camera is concerned. See if I turn that all the way down there, if it'll still be on camera. Yep. I've seen a lot of people do this coloring, and they can just leave their illustration just sitting in the same position all the time. I just can't hardly do that. I have to turn mine or I can't reach it right. one section at a time. And hello to those who are watching who are not in chat. Welcome, glad to have you. Okay. I have to rotate this down to where I can see what I'm doing, because otherwise I'm like working so far away from me. Or at least that's how it feels. It's like I have to stretch out to be able to reach. And that puts the vision, what I'm looking at is, like that's a good almost 18 inches away from my face. So I can't see that good. The camera has a much better view than I do, simply because of the angle. Hi, Monty. Hi, Fernanda. Let me finish this ring around, and then we will. I got new books. That came yesterday. How you guys doing? You guys doing all right? Oh, good. That's a good thing to do. Stay out of trouble. I'm gonna try. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you. I've just been trying to figure some stuff out here. I want to buy another cell phone so I can use it for a second camera. Well, actually, so I can use it for my main camera, and then I can have my cell phone. But yeah, I'm doing good. Now, after I get this done, this whole picture, I'll post it on the community page, but before I do, I'm going to put it in a photo editor. I'm going to put it in a photo editor and put a title on it. I'm going to put a title up here on the top part of it. Yeah, we're going to take a look at him here in a few minutes. Monty Fernanda asked you a question there. Let me resharpen my pencil. Monty might be a name you're not familiar with, Fernanda. Monty? Monty? All right, last section of blue. Or of this blue. We have another blue left also. All right. Oh, okay. I do think that, like in the last one of these that we did, I did end up using a metallic color, and I think one of these is metallic, maybe. Well, maybe, yeah, I think right here, I think like this right here, this brown color right here was a metallic. Such a small area though that it's kind of hard to see. Let's see, what was this? This was 090. All right, so let's take a look at this stuff that I bought. I gotta grab a knife though, or a pair of scissors. I need to get me some scissors to put here on my table. So I bought a color wheel. I've never used one of these before. So I'm not real sure how they work. So I'll have to study this a little bit so I can kind of figure out how it works. It's got two sides to it. I think these are complementary colors. But I'll have to figure out how this thing works. And then I bought, let me see. Try to zoom out a little bit more. It's so sensitive, so hard to do. It's so sensitive. I just barely touch it and it goes crazy. Anyway, I got this. It's got burnisher and blenders. I wish that was zoomed in a little bit more. So hard to do. About like that. That's a little bit better. I've never used any kind of these before, but it did come with a pencil sharpener and an eraser. And I don't know what the difference is necessarily. I know one's a blender and one's a burnisher, but it looks to me like they'd probably do the same thing. But those are cool. So I'm just going to put those over here. I have a pack of erasers that are supposed to come today. I don't think they've come yet. They'll probably get put in my mailbox. I think that's a small enough package. It'll fit in my mailbox. But it's just a pack of erasers that are like in the style of a pen, but not like the ones I already have. More of a bullet point. All right, so let's see. And then of course I bought my turntable. I don't know if this will work on a pencil or just those things. I might find that out a little bit later. I bought my turntable. And so far it's working out all right. I may not continue to use it. Yes, I'm going to be buying, hopefully, but not for another couple of weeks, But then I'm going to get the Prismacolor 150 pencil set. The thing I like about the Prismacolor, I don't have any yet, but I know that I can order those individually. Like the Color, you can't buy individual pencils, you have to buy the whole set. So you may use one color more than you use other colors, and you still have to buy the whole set just to replace that one color. And Prismacolor, you can buy them individually. All right, so let's look at did get a couple of books. We'll start with the Halloween book. We'll take a look at this Halloween book to start with. Not what I thought it was going to be. And it's a simple 1, 2, 3. And it's by, let's see. It has the name on the back here. Yeah, New Seasons. Probably can't read that. No, that was not a low battery noise. That was a text message. Somebody sent me a message. And I have my phone set up to vibrate so it doesn't make noise, but it still vibrates, and you can hear that on camera. It was just a notification. So let's see here. I got my phone plugged in here, so we're good to go. So this book did not turn out to be exactly what I thought it was going to be. I may have to try to find a different book, a different Halloween book. There's only maybe one picture, one or two in here that I would try to color, because I'm such a beginner. So we'll just flip through here and look at these pages. It does show a few of them, like this picture that's on the cover is inside. And it does show you like a little bit of how they colored it. I have a hard time with designs like this. So I won't be doing any of those kinds of things, or at least not until I get much better at what I'm doing. Because for me, each one of these should be a different color, but it doesn't really work that way. So it's hard for me to color animals and stuff like that have all these other shapes and designs going on in them, because I can't see what colors need to be. Even like this, it would be hard for me just to cover all this up in one color, because when I was taught to color, I was taught to stay in the lines and not just go all over the place. So it takes a different kind of mindset to kind of refocus. At least for me it does. And I don't know what I'd do with this thing. Could be interesting though. And this is just like way too busy. I wouldn't even be able to begin to think about how you could figure out a couple of little different things, but well, at some point, yes, if I can figure it out. But see, if I'm going to do something like this, I just as soon do one of the mandalas like we're working on, that with just the geometrical shapes instead of, because this is supposed to be a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern, but it's got flowers and stuff in it. So I see a lot of people do one whole section in one color, do this whole section in one color, but for me, I can't do that. Now, eventually, when I get more experience, then I might be able to do that. Let's turn this around so it actually looks like a pumpkin. Now I'm knocking other things off. But yeah, maybe one day I'll be able to do these kinds, but for right now, it's just too confusing for me. Let's turn it back this way. I'm knocking things over. Well, this one wants to be this way too. Yeah, I just have a hard time visualizing any kind of color concept with all these different designs going into one thing. This one's a little bit different. This one's more of a typical sugar skull. That's a good point. Yeah, I have to get used to training myself to see things differently, because see, even like this one, I see the overall shape, but then I see flowers and things like that all inside of this, and it's like, well, if I'm just going to ignore the fact that there's a flower here, and I'm going to color this whole section in one color or varying shades of one color, why is that flower there? So it's just a matter of me learning how to look at things differently and seeing color differently and stuff like that. So those kinds of images are difficult for me at this particular point in time, because I've only actually colored like 4 different pictures. The one I'm working on is like number 4. Now this one, it did show on, where was it? Here it is. So it did show it here, just coloring the ghosts in different colors. Which one? This one? Looks like a starter. This one wouldn't be too bad. Just coloring different colored ghosts. See, this is another one. I'd have trouble with this one, but we do have some idea of what it might look like, because it shows us here. Oh, that second pumpkin. No, that's probably not going to be a starter for me. Like I said, I have trouble seeing color when I see all these different designs inside of another design. This is the one I'm thinking about starting on. This is the one that's on the cover. And it's one of the few that actually don't have the images inside of images. It's just a flat out straight illustration. It's also very busy. There's a lot going on in it. So like I said, I'm only working on my 4th picture, my 4th image. This stuff is far beyond where I'm at in my coloring. Here's some candy. Those might be fun. This one wouldn't be quite as bad. But still, because I could do sections, but still, there's so much imagery going on that's pointless. This would be interesting. Which page? This one? Sorry, I think I flipped the page when you said there was one you liked, Fernanda. The house one, this one. Yeah. Yeah, I like this one too. It's just a lot for me. Yeah, this one that I've got on here right now. I think if I was going to pick one image out of this book, it would be this one, even though it's very busy for me. I don't have the experience, but this would still be the one I would pick out of this particular book. Some more candy. This one would be rather easy. And then once I get a little more advanced and stuff, something like this would be kind of cool. Of figuring out how to do each individual section would be kind of fun. This one I thought, this one wouldn't be too bad for somebody at my level. So that's one that we might do. This one's kind of interesting. Well, I don't know if they, I don't know that I've seen any book that's themed Thanksgiving, but like this is a nice fall picture, not necessarily Halloween, but a nice fall image. This one is not too bad. At least it's just a straight image. I don't have flowers on the bird's back and stuff. Try to make sure I got the pages separated. This reminds me of guitar picks. So that one could be interesting. I'm not sure what you do with spider webs, seeing how for the most part they're invisible. And I'm not ready for big backgrounds and stuff. Like I said, that comes with more experience. This one might be interesting. And these are meant to be taken out of the book where you can color it. It's perforated so you can take them out. But I did notice that the design goes all the way up underneath the spiral binding. I think it does in the other book also. And then here's just a typical sugar skull. So I have a couple of daughters that would like that. And these are all meant to be framed. They're perforated. You just pull them out. Now see, this is showing they're colored with markers. But that's cool. It gives you some ideas for color palette for these different images. All right, so let's look at, that was all of those. So the one with the house on it would be the one I probably would try to work on in this book. And then we have Johanna Basford, World of Flowers. And it is not what I thought it was going to be. But it has certainly has a lot of coloring you can do in it. This thing is like, every page front and back. I don't know if we can see both sides. I'll try to put this over here where we can see both images at one time. And I have seen videos on YouTube where people have colored every bit of every page. They even color all this at this part. I can put my name in it. And then it tells you a little bit about the book and some tips for coloring. And I've seen people who have colored all the borders and everything. In fact, I just watched a video yesterday. Was a flip through like this, but every page had been colored. The entire book was colored. It looked pretty cool. And this is just a floral scene all the way across both pages. But again, even on this one, you can see that the image goes behind the binding. So the only way to completely color it would be to take it out of the book. Now some of these would be kind of fun. Like this one here, it has some big enough flowers for me. Not everything is teeny tiny little detail. And these are interesting. These wouldn't be too bad to work on individually. So that way you don't have a whole lot. It doesn't seem overwhelming. You just do one image at a time. So that could be interesting. This has a whole bunch of different types of flowers in it. Okay, let's see. These are all colored pencils. That's interesting. Some more just individual flower types. That would be interesting to work with different colors, different palettes for these different types of flowers. So this one might kind of be fun. Now this type looks cool, but this is glass, and I don't know how to color glass at this point in time. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . And in the video I was looking at, all the backgrounds were colored too. And that's just way too much for me right now. But they were done with watercolors and different things like that, different mediums as far as the backgrounds are concerned. And I thought these look kind of cool. Again, except for where they have glass, the glass jars. Because I don't know how to color glass. But they would be kind of fun because they have the individual little sections that you could work on. So that would be kind of fun. I can see, I got to figure out lighting. My lighting is not even from one side to the other. So I'm still working on trying to figure that out. There are some really nice pages in here, especially for experienced colorists. I can imagine having a lot of fun doing these pages. This one looks nice. But as you can, I don't know how well you can, well, you probably can't see it on the camera. Let me see if I can show you up here. If we can get this up on the camera where you can see this. But you can see the design goes under the binding all the way to the edge of the page. So you would not be able to complete the page, not totally, unless you took the binding out. This spiral binder, if you took it out, this one looks pretty cool. And if you know how to do backgrounds and stuff and you're using multiple mediums, no doubt you could make these pages look really nice. And most of them are a little advanced for me. These aren't too bad. A couple of more simple pages. And again, like something like this, because it's in glass, until I learn how to color glass, then I'm not going to be able to, I could do the flowers and stuff, but then I'd have to figure out the other part. And these here look cool. I like these. There are a couple of these that are in glass, like here you can tell it's glass jar, clear glass jar, because you can see the water line. And like this one here, this is clear glass, this is clear glass, or it could be colored glass, but it's still glass, you can see through it. So there's several of those on here. But if you know how to color glass, then it's no issue. Here's a couple of bugs. And in the video that I saw, these pages, they look really cool. I can't remember who did the video, but these bugs look really cool, these beetles. There's a lot going on these pages. They're very busy. But when I was looking at I looked at that video and it was like all the completed pages, they looked very much different once they're completed than what they look like here. So this would be nice if you were good at doing backgrounds, because there's a lot of background work that would have to be done. This one I can see not being a full background, but just a background behind the wreath itself. These would be interesting. These would be kind of fun because none of them are glass. So that one could be very interesting as a double page. Yeah, I do like this one because none of it's glass. It's just stoneware, so. Looks like the same thing with this. None of these are actual glass. Yeah, see, none of these are see-through glass. So this one would not be too bad. This truck is pretty cool. And it looked cool on the completed page that I saw too. This one might not be quite so bad because it could be done in the same style as the mandala. So I wouldn't mind working on this picture. This would be kind of cool. That's a nice koi. And then here's a see, these are all nice. I like these except for the glass. So there's a lot of these have glass. Yeah, see, this is supposed to be glass because it has sand in the bottom. So this one would be difficult for me. Because it's just got too many glass. A bunch of those are supposed to just be glass. This one looks pretty good. It's all just different flowers in a heart shape. And again, more glass bottles. Although these don't look like they're clear. This might, but so this one wouldn't be too bad. And of course, when I say that, I'm talking about for somebody like myself who does not have experience. Again, a page with just flowers on it. Well, there's a little butterfly or some kind of little bug, but so that would be interesting. Again, just straight flowers. So this would be not bad either. I think maybe I should get markers so I can do single coloring. Wow. A lot of detail, a lot of, wow. Again, with some bigger flowers. This would be interesting. Nice thick pages. It did say, I did read in the front there, it said to put a couple of sheets of paper in between the pages when you work on them. And I suppose if you wanted to, you could write something in there and then just have like a frame around it. Would be cool. Now this one, now this would be like a page that I might start on, like a starter page in this book, because the flowers are a little bigger spaces to work with to kind of, because like I'm just learning how to blend and stuff like that. So this would be a good page for that because the flowers are a little bit bigger. So that might be a good start page in this book for me. Let's see what else. This one might not be too bad either because it's all just bigger flowers. I mean, it has small stuff in it, but as far as being able to blend and stuff like that, at least it gives me some stuff that's big enough for me to practice on. This one's very busy, got a lot going on in it. But could still be fun to work on in like elements because each one of these is like a little bit different. So that's very interesting. And this would be more of a mandala style. That could be interesting. These look pretty cool. A lot of work in the borders, but they look pretty cool. Just individual flower. A lot of background stuff. A lot of background in all of these images. There's quite a few images in this book. I didn't look to see how many, but there must be. I don't know, it seems like there's a lot. And this is like a mirror image, I think. Yeah, see this, well, almost, because this lines up with this right here, but there's no butterfly here. There's this one. I thought this was the same image, just reversed, but it's not. But you got a couple places that makes it look like that, but it's not exactly a reverse image because I don't have this butterfly on this side right here. But it is pretty close to a mirrored image. Okay, Fernanda, have a good day. some more beetles and a bee of some type. So a lot of these are just really super busy. Even this one is busy, but not quite so bad. Okay, these wouldn't be too bad because they're all the individual. You could work on them one at a time. This one would not be a bad starter because it's all just big flowers. And you have the same type of flower. So like, do they have some that are the same type? Yeah, like this one and this one, they look like they're the same. And then like this flower and this one, they're the same. So this might not be a bad start page. Nice butterfly in the middle. Another sugar skull. This would be nice as a dual page, but not for a beginner. The stuff is just seems too advanced, and then that's the end of it. And you a palette test page where you can swatch your colors, and the same thing here. And then this is a fold-out page. That has a lot going on. It looks pretty cool though, actually. But still has a lot going on. And then it also has a backside. So there is a lot to color just on this one page front and back. That's a lot. And then we have this page. And then the back cover. So probably for me, which one of these would I start with? Let me see if I can find it again. I saw one in here I thought I probably could start with. I'm not sure where it's at now. Let me look right quick, see if I see it. Not that one, it's back this way. thick pages. Very thick pages. Yeah, that might be a good start page right there. I think that's the one I was looking at as a start page, possible start page. And I think that's going to be the right one. Yeah, I think that was the page. I thought there was another one though, but I'm not seeing it. I don't want to have to flip all the way back through the whole book again. Pages can be hard to flip because they're so thick, you can't hardly get a hold of them. Yeah, I think this would probably be a good start page. Right there. As far as this book is concerned. But anyway, that's the new stuff that I got. My new books. And a couple other things. I got to study this this color wheel. I've got to study this thing so I can figure out how it works. But it should be helpful as far as picking color palettes. So we'll see about that. All right, now let's go back to this one because we want to get this one finished. I got to get this one finished before I start another one. Yeah, I might be able to make a video on it once I kind of figure it out. So I might do something like that once I figure out how to use it. So now let me see what I got left here. Let's see here. Now I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit. I want to do, well, let me zoom back in a little bit now. Let's see how that's going to work. As soon as I touch the phone screen, it just jumps way ahead. Yeah, that's probably going to be okay for now. Yeah, I'm planning on doing Farming Simulator tonight. And I do have a surprise for you guys. I haven't forgot about Farming Simulator. But I needed to be able to do this live stream today because I know I cannot be on here tomorrow morning. I have phone calls I have to make, take care of things. And I really can't do Farming Simulator half the night and then be up doing a live stream in the morning also. I really wish I could figure out lighting that made me feel good, but for some reason I just can't get the lighting figured out. And I have to turn my book. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I cannot work if I can't see what I'm doing. See, that was somebody just sent me a text message or I got an email. But I can't look at any of it because my phone is tied up. So I've got to get me another camera, and I think the best way for me to do that is just to buy another cell phone. It doesn't have to be hooked up to service or anything like that because I can do YouTube from using my Wi-Fi. So I just need the phone itself. So I need to go to Walmart and buy me a phone. I use it as a permanent camera. Got a lot of intricate detail going on over here. Yeah, I need a camera. And cell phones, I don't know how much they cost, like at Walmart, just to buy a phone. The nearest Best Buy to me would probably be about 60 miles away. Nothing anywhere near where I live. Yeah, I would have to go all the way to Tennessee to be able to find a Best Buy close to where I'm at. Try to move this around so I can keep it on the camera. Still trying to figure out where that's at. Okay, about like that. Now, I don't have the camera positioned exactly right either. I actually wanted the camera tipped a little bit like that. Let me see if I do it like that. Just so I have the camera angled just a little bit. From the side, so you can actually still see. Let me let YouTube catch up with where my pencil is. Yeah, now see, my hand doesn't get in the way quite as easily. A little bit, keep my hand out of the way there. Let's see, what time is it? I gotta go down to the office here in a little while, guys. I gotta sign some insurance papers from where they had that flood upstairs. And water came into my apartment. I just have to go sign down to the office and sign some papers that say that I did not suffer any, none of my personal things were damaged. Now I have been thinking I'm trying to figure out a way that I can actually be live streaming a little more. I think once I have another camera that'll be easier. Because I try not to tie my camera up during the day, especially on weekdays. And that way, if I do need to take a phone call, I can. But it's like I have these start times. Like, for example, for the coloring at 9 o'clock in the morning. But 9 o'clock in the morning is not always the best time for me to be able to get on here and live stream. It might be 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I think once I get my other phone, I'm just going to stream whenever I can stream, but we'll maintain the same start times like the midnight stream. We'll still start it at midnight. And if I'm available to start a stream at 9 in the morning, then that's what I'll do. But I may have to start it after that. Because I have found that to be the situation a few times. I could not start at 9, but I could have started at 10, but that's not when people are expecting me to start. So once I do get another phone, I'll have to figure some things out. Now I will say, Monty, it is looking like our FS25 debut is going to be an 8-hour live stream. Yeah, 99. We were at 99 when I started this stream. And we still have more than a month for FS25. Now I am going to title this image. I'm going to put it in a I think I can buy a cell phone cheaper. Plus the camera stand that I have is meant for a cell phone. I'd have to buy a whole new setup. I have actually have a couple of cameras. There's a Canon. I can't remember the model name, but I know when I looked at them before, it was a real popular YouTube camera. But it's a regular digital camera, which I have to buy a whole new rig and everything to mount it and all that stuff. I think my best route is to just get another cell phone. Because I don't have to have service on the cell phone, I just need the phone. I actually could get one for free because I'm a senior citizen now, which is still funny, but so there's one like through SafeLink or something like that that I can actually get for free, and it does come with a little bit of data. But I need my daughter to help me with that one because I don't exactly know what it's called, but she could help me get that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having that free phone. But I don't really need like I don't really need the data and stuff on it. I just want something that's going to be more permanent for doing this with, so I can still have my phone available. I have had my current phone number for almost 4 years, ever since I came back here. But that's like I'm saying, I don't need a phone because I don't need the service. I have that. I just want the camera aspect. Now, I would not mind getting like a regular camera because I could take it out and use it other places also. So I wouldn't mind having another camera, just a regular digital camera. But those are like $700, $800. And I don't think I'm going to be spending that kind of money right now. I'm actually spending a lot of money as it is just to do this stuff. A nice camera in the future is something I wouldn't mind doing. Because I'd like to have one of those anyway. But there's other things that are more important. that I need to buy for my apartment and stuff, like a new TV and my recliner and some pots and pans and stuff like that that I do not have. So I can't see spending $800 on a new camera. Not yet, anyway. Those are all luxury kind of things. There isn't a lot more that I need to buy as far as like the coloring and stuff like that. I pretty much have everything I need. I do want to buy some Prismacolor pencils. And then beyond that, I'm pretty close to having everything I need. Maybe another light, another lamp for my table. But this one is kind of working okay at this point. Like when I'm zoomed in, it looks pretty good, but there's a possibility they say that if you could pan for gold, you can pan for gold in almost any river or stream. And if you do it enough, you'll find gold in almost any river or stream. But you'd have to work for it. You might get lucky and hit gold right away. Okay, that takes care of that color. Number 116. All right, guys, I'm going to have to go down to the office and sign some paperwork. We're almost finished. I was hoping I could get this finished today, but doing our book reviews and stuff like that kind of took up some of that time. But we are getting closer. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more colors to go. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you have a good day too, Monty. Those of you who are watching and not in chat, I hope you have a good day. And I will not be here for coloring tomorrow because I have business. I can't tie up my phone. So we'll get back on this Tuesday. And farming tonight is my plan. Farming tonight. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, God bless.